Welcome back. It is 1543. In the last one, our Nicholas became an infant. Katerina completed her toddler skills. Genevieve started becoming friends with Rosamund. Gabriel betrothed Katerina to Prince Edward, and Genevieve's not happy about it. And then also Henry killed Merrick Gamal, had him poisoned or something. I need to pull up the game for some of the roles, so I'm just going to do that in the background here. But yeah, so let's get going. We have a new baby being born this year. Henry VIII is marrying Catherine Parr. Nicholas Larkin is becoming a toddler, so let's roll for him. Sear Stroud, Diggory Cruikshank, Edwin Heredia, and Henry Heredia. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. Let me go to manage worlds, please. Okay, 5 kids. They can't get a 7, 14, or a 19. Nicholas? Whew, okay. That's all that really matters. Number 4, number 5. Oh no, the very last one. Henry Heredia just passed away. Okay. Let me go. Here's where I wanted to go. Okay. Anne Light and Jeremy Cruikshank are becoming children. No 2, 4, or 6. Both survived. And then Basil Larkin is becoming a young adult. He can't get a 3 or an 18. He did not. Okay, so just little Henry Heredia. We have babies being born in 3 households. And then as for my list here, I did add the new kids here, although Henry Heredia is passing away, so he gets removed from the list. And this did change that Tobias is the next person down, next boy down from him is now Edwin Heredia, who could be the next Baron, depending on if he lives or not. So there's that, and then we are, going to have one more baby, so we'll see where that goes. I also added in some of the side households, like, it goes Alistair, then Thomas, and then if Rowena has any boys, or if Beatrice has any boys, that's kind of it. If neither of these girls have a son by the time that Alistair passes away, then the title goes away, but, that kind of stuff. So yes, let's do the rules for these warring families. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Sims. So 7 and then 6. And I'm going to do, at this point, it's if you get a 9, you die. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we have 6. Ooh, number 4 in the second family. Oh, Valerie Spell passed away. Let me just write that down. Valerie Spell dies. Very sad. Okay, and then we're going to roll one of these to see if Gabriel's going to get caught as a spy. He also can't get a 9 because I'm lazy. He did not, so he's fine. And I think that's everything I wanted to do here. I did add in everybody else here who is, potentially widowed or a widower or whatever. I can't remember if Hector was even supposed to get married, but he's kind of old anyway, so he probably won't be. But, we do have some more options for people that are in the world. We're already up to like more than 70 Sims, so I just want to try and keep the population down a little bit right now until our kids are older, because I want to save some of adding in new families for the cool stories that we do. So yeah, let's go back home and get going. Alrighty, so here we are in our household. We have our 2 kids. We have a third on the way. It is New Year's Eve. There's also fire. So my living room is on fire. You can't see the flames, but now here they are, even though half of it's already burnt. Can you not stand there with the toddler? Although I love the face that she's making. That is so funny. And then, yes, everyone's freaking out. There's just still fire. I tried calling the fire department. They just want to stand outside and do nothing. Everyone comes in, gets rid of one spot of fire, and then why are you keeping the toddler right there? Gabriel, don't get stuck in there. Oh gosh, what if he just died right now? Oh my gosh. Okay, and so here we are. They are so cute. Okay, so yes and yes and yes. So here we go. Just going to clean up a little bit and deal with the aftermath of the fire. We're probably not going to do much today because obviously, we're struggling because we just had a fire obliterate our living room. So no company for us right now. So there is that. And then I'm just going to have these two kind of talk to each other. I do want to have them reconcile. They did argue a bit about the betrothal for their daughter last year. And, I think that after having a fire and, the danger of almost dying and everything, that the two of them are just kind of like, moving on from that situation and trying not to, keep that negativity in their lives. We do have some babies being born. We have Ida Stroud being born, and then unfortunately, the Crookshank baby did not survive. So that baby didn't live. And there we go, just adding Ida to everything. And we only have one more Stroud baby, but unfortunately we cannot get Rosamund pregnant right now because there's too many Sims in our household, so I'm going to have to move some things around before we can get her pregnant again, but I will get her pregnant again before the end of the year. So next year she'll have her last baby. And then yeah, so we're just adding everybody to there. I do want to finish the knitting aspiration this year. She is almost there. She is just trying to get 2 more legendary knittables. Here comes another baby. This is a Heredia baby. Unfortunately, that baby does not survive either. So now the Heredias, who have had 5 children, are down to 1. Because Henry also rolled to pass away this year. So they are down to 1 baby. Very sad. And then we are going to just come over here and have these two hang out while she knits, just chit-chatting, spending time together. They are still so in love, and I can't wait for the romance pack to come out so that we can have these two do their romance thing. Although I actually don't even know when that pack is coming out. I should probably look it up because honestly we might be past them by then. So let's see. Okay. Oh, look. I got distracted by the internet. I'm sorry. I'm going to click on that article later. Okay. Sims 4 romance pack. I don't remember what it's called. Love Struck. July 25th. Okay. And then today is, okay. So I think they should still be around potentially. By then. So anyway, we're having our next baby. I just totally looked away for that entire section of the video, and it's a girl. So we're having a girl, and she survives. We've been so lucky. I mean, knock on wood, right? That we've had such a good time with our daughters and our son, and it's just great. Everyone is happy and living and thriving. And although she was pretty close to rolling a 1, she rolled a 2, and that was kind of scary. But we are going to name our daughter Florence. So Florence Larkin is the next baby. I kind of was thinking that they should all have different starting letters, even though some of the ones that start with C are really nice. But yeah, there we are. There's our new baby, our new daughter. We have 3 small children now, which is kind of a lot. And I'm thinking at this point, because I don't think that Gabriel would be so concerned with having a bunch of children, like for having an heir and stuff like his father was. But I think that he's family oriented. So he keeps getting whims to have children. So what I'm thinking is that he probably, every time that him or Genevieve has a whim to have a child, that will have a child. And other than that, we won't have any more children after that. But I mean, they keep having those whims, so I'm sure we'll have a ton of children just because they're so in love with each other. So there is that. And then we're going to have her keep knitting and also make a birthday cake for Nicholas's birthday. So Nicholas is going to be becoming a toddler, which is really good timing considering Katerina finished her toddler skills. So now we can move on to working on Nicholas's toddler skills. So here is the club. I also did end up going into the all club and adding all of them to all 2 because I wanted to make sure that, it's easier when everyone's in the same club together. And so also because of that, we're 1 sim over. So I ended up killing Cecilia Gainsford. She was already an elder. She was very old. She's not doing anything anymore. So I ended up killing her to make room for all of our sims. Of course, we're probably going to need more room again later. I probably will call some townies in order to do that. Whether or not I kill them or just remove them from the club, that is who knows. But anyway, here is little Nicholas. He is so cute. He is looking good in his little outfit with his curls, and I love him. He's perfect. Okay. So also we have little Prince Edward out here. So Gabriel's going to kind of talk to him and get a feel for like what's going on with him. Like, oh hey, are you like sympathetic to occults yet? But like not like that, you know? So he's just going to kind of chat with him a little bit, maybe be a mentor type person for him. We're going to get Nicholas starting to work on his toddler skills. And yeah, so we have Genevieve at work. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to invite over. Okay, so first off, I've realized now I accidentally killed Osric and not Merrick. Merrick was supposed to die last year. I killed Osric by accident because I forgot which one was which. And so what I'm going to do here is just quickly get Merrick get Osric back and then kill Merrick. Oh my gosh, I can't even think straight. Yeah, I messed up, but I'm gonna fix it. And I'm sure that last video you guys are like, that's the wrong sim, and I just like didn't even notice. So my bad. But yes, so here we are, and we're just adding. We're gonna come talk to Osric, who looks like he's been in a fire. And so Osric is mad, right? Merrick was his brother, and he passed away, and they understand it was under suspicious circumstances. So they're going to have a conversation where basically Osric is like, you know, this happened under your roof. You're supposed to be on our side. Are you really loyal to us? Were you helping Henry kill my brother? Like all this stuff. And Gabriel's like, no, I didn't know that was happening. Like he must have bribed a servant. I had no idea. I was keeping an eye on him all night, and I just didn't see anything happen. And I swear, like, I just didn't, like, it was never my intention for something like that to happen, and I swear, like, I am loyal and all that stuff. And so they're having this conversation, and Genevieve comes back from work and kind of starts overhearing some of the argument, and like Gabriel doesn't even realize at first that she's listening in, but he did want to keep this from her. And the reason he wanted to keep this from her is because he just wants her to live the life that she deserves. He wants her to just be happy and carefree and, you know, blissfully ignorant of everything that's going on. And she is going to confront him and about that because she, you know, was part of the war. She was dealing with stuff, and she is not the one to shy away from that stuff. Like, yes, she doesn't want to have to deal with that stuff, but if she, you know, if her husband is putting himself in danger, if there are murders happening in her house, if her children could potentially be in danger, like she needs to know that information, and she doesn't want Gabriel to keep that from her. So she's going to kind of confront him and tell him, like, you need to tell me this stuff. You can't just do this stuff on your own. Like, we're a partnership, we're a couple, we're team, you know, and you can't just make these decisions on your own and not include me. So anyway, they're having that conversation. Here's the baby aged up into an infant. But yeah, so basically Gabriel is just like, I'm sorry, like I was just trying to, you know, give you the life you want. And she's like, the life I want is a safe life with our family. And if we need to do something about Henry or the vampires or whatever, like I'm willing to do that. And Gabriel's like, you don't have to get involved, blah, blah, blah. And she's just kind of like taking a bit of charge now of her own fate. Like she honestly probably feels kind of bad that she's just been ignorant of what's going on, and that, you know, her husband was struggling and she didn't know anything about it. He also had a whim to try for a baby, so we're doing that. But yeah, so we're just gonna have a ton of kids. I mean, anyway, so but if she dies, there's no way this guy's getting remarried. Absolutely not. But anyway, so I think she feels kind of bad that, like, they both are feeling kind of bad about their choices. Like, she feels bad that he was struggling. He feels bad that he didn't tell her. And it's just this whole thing. And so, they're just having a little conflict. They've been such a perfect couple, and they've had no problems except for at the very beginning, before they were married and everything. And so I think that there's things that happen in life that get you to argue with each other. But anyway, we are having Genevieve now taking control of the situation. She's going to go over to her family house. She actually has not been here since she ran away the first time and got married. And she's going to talk to Rosamund kind of under the pretense of checking on Rosamund, like, how are you? Are you okay? Like, do you need anything? Can I help you? And Rosamund is very sad and uncomfortable, and she's just like not living her best life. And honestly, I feel really bad for Rosamund because she is beautiful. She came from a wealthy family. She had the world at her fingertips. I'm sure any suitor would have wanted to be with her, and instead she got kidnapped by vampires, is married to someone that she doesn't like, who kidnapped her. Like, this is not a healthy situation. The only person who she actually thought maybe she would marry was murdered. Like, she's having a bad time. Poor Rosamund. But yeah, so Genevieve anyway is talking to her family, and she knows that her mother is not just gonna be like, oh yeah, like, let's all be happy and peaceful and everything. And so it's tough, right? So she is struggling with that, and she is talking to her family, and she is kind of trying to get information from them and all of that stuff. So anyway, she does find out, though, while she's here, because some of her family members are not, evil like her mother and her brother, but she finds out from one of her brothers that her mother is planning a coup, like she's going to take over the occults instead of the Gamal family, and that she wants to control the occults so that they actually can, do whatever they want and kill people, and not like be a peaceful, happy situation, but instead be an angry situation where they are in control. She doesn't like the peaceful nature of the outcome of the war. And so she finds this out, and she also finds out that it was actually them who poisoned Merrick, not Henry VIII, because they are trying to get rid of the Gamal family. And I mean, keep in mind, some of the Gamals are pretty old. Like, they're not in great shape. So what's her name? Veronica, I think, wants to take over the occults, and it was actually her. And we just finished our aspiration. Look at how happy she is. She finished her aspiration. We are now done with another aspiration, which is really exciting. We haven't been able to do that yet. I'm going to change her next aspiration to successful lineage. And yeah, so anyway, Genevieve finds this out, and she kind of comes home, and she needs to tell Gabriel, because she's not going to keep this from him, right? She's not going to not tell him that it wasn't Henry, that there's something else going on, that there's more plots happening than just the ones that they initially knew about. So she is going to come and tell him about this, and he is very like, I can't believe you went over there. That was dangerous. What if they, knew that you were against them? What if something happened to you? He was very worried about her. And she was like, look, we're a partnership. We're a couple. We're a team. We're not going to do this alone anymore. The both of us are going to figure this out. And she tells him about the scheme, about everything. And basically, they're having this big conversation. He's going to contact Osric and, try and deal with this situation with the vampires. So, anyway, we are then also working on the toddler skills. We got to level 5 movement. We're going to get to level 5 communication. Then we'll have Genevieve start to teach him how to do shapes and blocks and stuff. So there is that. And then we're going to head into birthdays, and then we're going to be good. So I'm not going to wrap up just a second, but I almost did. So yes, we are going to deal with that. I need Rosamund to join the club. I need some kids to join the club, stuff happening, but pristine reputation for Genevieve, of course. She is just great. She's perfect. So yeah, they're all, still spending time with their kids, even though there's a lot of stuff going on. They want to make sure that they can still be a good family and give their children a happy life. And honestly, I really don't think Gabriel cares how many boys he has. He's got 2 daughters and a son. I really don't think he cares. She's definitely pregnant because we did try for baby. And yeah, so they are just living their best lives. Honestly, even if he only had daughters and the title passed to someone else, I really don't think Gabriel would care. I really don't. So there's that. And then I'm going to start doing birthday things. So let's talk about that. We have Valerie Spell, who did end up passing away during the conflict between the two families. Unfortunately, we have Nicholas Larkin becoming a toddler. Sear. Honestly, I do not know how to pronounce that name. Stroud becoming a toddler. Edwin Heredia becoming a toddler. Diggory Crookshank becoming a toddler. Henry Heredia passing away. Ann Light becoming a child. Jeremy Crookshank becoming a child. Basil Larkin becoming a young adult. Injimunder Gamal passing away. Ida Stroud being born a baby Crookshank not surviving birth. And a baby Heredia also not surviving. Florence Larkin been born, became an infant, and then I also killed Cecilia Gainsford. So that is what happened there. I hope you guys enjoyed this part. I am pretty excited going forward. We're just making good work of this decade, and we're having a good time, and I am really excited about our family and how loving they are and how perfect they are, and it's just like really great. Like, I'm really loving these Sims and everything that they're doing and working on. So I hope that you guys are enjoying this part, and I'll catch you in the next one.